What up, y'all? Hey, we got Ewu body cam. Son realizes he ran over his own dad.
Oh, that's he's speeding. Like,
yeah. I don't know.
Right.
You about to go ahead and tap in. Make sure y'all snack up, kick back. Y'all already know the
Grab
routine.
dinner
man.
or whatever.
Share the video with your friends, man. Let's get it.
So his bone, like you said, his arm was dangling, holding on by flesh.
Did he say like why he didn't want to stay on scene if his friend was just hit?
He didn't act like he even knew who it was.
It didn't just strike your dad. It rolled over your dad. It backed over your dad.
Damn.
And then it went over your dad again.
Ooh.
Oh my
It
God.
is?
This is it.
Yeah. Who drove it?
I don't know. Whatever you do, don't touch anything.
On Veterans Day 2023, an elderly man is found barely clinging to life after a brutal hit and run in the parking lot of a bar. As Pinellas County deputies race to track down the vehicle that fled the scene, chilling new details come to light, sending investigators toward a horrifying realization.
This one's getting worse and worse. Well, I mean, it can't get any worse. Your dad's dead.
The following report is based on official police records, and most of the footage has never been seen before until now. Just before 9 p.m. on November 11th, 2023, Pinellas County deputies arrive at the R Bar in Treasure Island, Florida, where they survey the aftermath of a brutal hit-and-run incident. The victim, 86-year-old veteran Tom McCown, was rushed to the hospital with life-threatening injuries.
That's skin right there.
Damn.
That's gonna be bone. Yeah, there. I don't know how it's sticking out. Well, so his bone, like you said, his arm was dangling, holding on by flesh. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I don't think those are gonna be from his shoes. Those look like bone, but the watch is pretty messed up.
Yeah, but the watch.
So that's what does it.
Been drunk.
So that one goes that way, and then this one goes this way. That's what throws me off.
All right. Can you guys go interview them before they close up and have to leave?
So that being said,
Make sure you get.
he was flat on his back, head this way, body.
Yeah, I already got
Okay.
that. Yeah.
All right. Gotcha.
There's his hearing aid right there.
Yeah, you've been older, dude.
Tom's belongings are scattered
Knock 'em
across
all
the
over.
scene, including a broken watch, a hat, sandals, and a hearing aid. Reports note that gouge marks in the asphalt suggest Tom had been dragged. Witnesses claim to see a vehicle, possibly a black pickup truck, leaving the scene. The key fob to a Ram was found among Tom's belongings, but the truck was nowhere to be found. Deputies head inside to speak with bar employees, who explained Tom had not been alone in the bar that night.
This guy is the guy that they were saying it was with him. I know it's a backup, but
They both had the same shirt, right? The same shirts when they just came. They were celebrating that same at the Legion before they came here. They said they just left the Legion.
Okay.
The image shown to deputies depicts a white male wearing a white long-sleeve shirt, blue shorts, and brown sandals. He appears to have dark-colored hair and a balding head, but the photo was taken from behind, showing only his back. The bartender who served the two men shares critical information with deputies.
Tom, I believe, has a residence here because he's here for 5-6 months every year. The other guy, like I said, I don't know him, but they were together. They were paying for everything together. So
Okay.
So
Did he seem like a local or did he seem like he's?
it's the other guy. I mean, he didn't have like a real hard accent or anything. I mean, I don't know if he was a snowbird too, but he seemed pretty familiar.
As deputies continue to gather details at the scene, one heads to the hospital to meet with Tom's son, 61-year-old Mark McCown, who's just learned that his father did not survive the incident.
We've been out all afternoon.
What time did you get here today?
We got in about 11:30 this morning.
You
We drove from Michigan, left at 5 o'clock, got here at 11:30, about 18.5 hours. It's average.
18 and a half?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a long drive.
Mark explained that Tom owned a business hauling and fixing damaged boats, which Mark now manages, and confirms his father's plan was to stay in Treasure Island until the spring. As their conversation continues, details about what they did next leads deputies toward a grim realization.
So anyways, we got here, got unloaded, he got things kind of half squared away, he was all geeked, excited.
Right.
Then we went out, decided we'd try the American Legion in Madeira Beach.
Okay.
One of my
The
favorite
one
places.
here Tom's pass?
Went there, had a few drinks, talked to some people, and then we went over to the one in Treasure Island. We sat there, had a few drinks, then we decided to go to the R. We want to go to the R Bar, that's his favorite place to go. We went in there, had a few drinks, And then we were gonna leave and go back to the other Treasure Island and one across the road and then go home.
Okay.
Deputies noted a strong odor of alcohol coming from Mark's breath and person
Reeking.
during their conversation. Based on Mark's own account, it appears that he was the one who was earlier seen with Tom at the bar just before the incident,
Come on, Mark.
raising serious questions.
So when you were at the R bar, did you guys leave together?
No, well, no, he got up, we kind of drank up, he said, all right, we're leaving, and he was gonna go back to the Treasure Island, or the one across the street.
Uh-huh.
And I said, all right, the car was out here, so I said, all right, I'll meet you over there.
Mark explains that when his father didn't show up, he attempted to call him, but got no answer.
Did you call anybody else by any chance?
About him?
At all?
No. Then one of my sisters called me and said they saw something on Facebook, and they got something about my dad, so.
So, something about your dad on Facebook?
Mark.
Did she
Right.
send like a picture of it or anything?
Yeah, a pedestrian accident.
Okay. Why would you think that was your dad though?
I
Why would she think it was your dad? I mean, that's kind of.
Yeah, you're right.
So I mean, stop it. But if you didn't thought it was your dad, you hit something, you hit somebody or whatever, and you didn't stop. You just back
Come
up
on.
and then go. You just thought you hit a cone, because that's what they mostly like to say, that if they hit a cone or a curb or
You know?
like, I don't know.
Oh,
Do
we,
you think it was your dad? I mean, that's kind of.
Yeah, you're
Kind
right.
of what?
Mark continues explaining what happened after he left the bar without his father.
I drove around over across the street, waited, didn't see him. I walked in, didn't see him, so I started calling. And I
Right.
wondered what. Then I started to come back, and then there was police. And someone said, "Hey, get out of here! There's a crime scene."
Right. You didn't think anything of it?
I didn't know, so I thought, okay, I left. I go back to the condo, thinking, looking, maybe he started going that way.
Right.
Didn't.
What were you? Is this what you wore to the bar tonight?
I had a white shirt on. I actually took it off because it was long sleeve. I was hot.
Oh,
It's
okay.
laying on the table at the condo.
Right.
If you want to take me back, you can walk and see it.
Right.
And the truck is there.
Okay.
Key.
no, you know.
So my sister called an Uber. Said, "Here, I'm calling an Uber."
Why did you call the Uber when you had the truck there?
She said, "Why don't you take an Uber to the hospital?"
Okay.
Mark provides the address for his father's residence at the Sunset Cove condominiums, where deputies locate Tom's black Ram pickup truck.
This is it.
It is?
This is it.
Yeah. Who drove it?
I don't know. Whatever you do, don't touch anything. What's this back here? It's gotta be the son. He's the only one who had access to it. Yeah, look at that.
That would make sense on why she
So
didn't
another,
sing.
he hit something else. And this is recent because
Yeah, look
there's
at that.
stuff all the way.
Even the bumper.
Yeah.
Damn.
Damn.
And right here.
A closer look at the truck revealed splatter on the driver's side tire and wheel consistent
Ooh.
with blood and what appears to be human tissue hanging from the front
Ooh.
axle.
Oh
After
my
learning
God.
of the gruesome discovery, the deputy confronts Mark.
They went to the
no.
condo and
Come on now.
and there's some concerning things underneath the truck, on the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have any idea what I'm talking about?
No.
Not a clue?
Not a clue.
All right. So,
As
Yeah,
far as I know, I don't think he went to the truck at all from the R-Bar.
well, I'm not talking about in the truck. I'm talking about underneath the truck.
Yeah.
So you know how your dad was killed, right?
They said he was hit.
Yeah, it was hit by a vehicle. And one of the witnesses that we have on the scene said it was a black truck.
Oh.
You don't know anything about that?
All trying to act like.
Wasn't you? Okay.
I'm sure.
So your dad's truck
Yeah.
has remains underneath it. Blood, skin, things of that nature.
You still gonna, what you gonna say now?
Exactly.
I know that you're telling me no, but I'm telling you
telling
that's
you,
what we
it's
found in the
facts.
truck. Okay, and you went and told me that nobody else has access to that vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't know anything about how that got there?
No.
Okay, your
Yeah.
your whole demeanor has changed.
Yeah.
You recognize that?
Is he?
No, but I mean, I'm a little taken aback that you're saying there's stuff on the truck.
Right. Do you think that maybe you were intoxicated when you were driving away from there?
Heavily.
He had to be.
I
Been out drinking all day?
I had a few.
Yeah.
Couldn't handle that.
They had a few. They
I always
all
say a few.
Probably a little more than.
Deputies were able to obtain surveillance footage from the parking lot. At approximately 8:28 p.m., a man presumed to be Mark exits the bar first and enters the driver's side of the truck. The second male, presumed to be Tom, exits next and walks slowly toward the vehicle. For unknown reasons, Tom appears to fall down in front of the truck as the headlights go on, and is seen lying directly in front of the truck wheels. The vehicle moves forward and appears to jump up and down, consistent with running someone over.
Right.
As the deputy describes what they saw next, the conversation with Mark takes a dark turn.
We've got a vehicle leaving the parking lot, and what we think is that that vehicle struck your dad, okay? But the problem that I have is, it didn't just strike your dad, okay? It rolled over your dad.
Backed up.
It backed over your dad. And then it went over your dad again.
It's like they purposely did it.
Mm-hmm.
No way.
You probably meant to do that.
I'm telling you that that's what happened right before I came here.
There's no way I could have done that.
Before questioning continues, the deputy reads Mark his Miranda rights.
I mean, am I under arrest?
You're being questioned right now, okay?
Yeah,
I'm free to go.
I can't believe I did. Blown away.
So I guess,
Really?
you want to continue with the interview?
What do you mean continue?
Well, I'm going to continue to ask you questions. I advised you of your rights, okay? So you said you understood your rights. My question to you is, do you want to continue with this interview?
Oh, you mean
Continue answering questions.
get a lawyer?
I'm asking you if that's what you want.
Yeah, he know he guilty.
You know
This
it.
judgment says get a lawyer, but I got nothing to.
Oh, I can't advise you one way or another,
I don't
okay?
I can't believe that
That you what?
it's like a bad nightmare.
Yeah. So, my
Damn.
sergeant gave me some more information, okay? And what he,
It's just crazy because how his dad just happened to just come out and fall right there.
Right.
It's like some Final Destination type stuff. You'd happen to fall right there. And what if he was getting in the way and he didn't actually see his daddy?
Mm-hmm.
But then why you start driving off if y'all was coming out together? Like,
Back and then.
but then I can't give you an excuse for that because you backed up,
He pulled back.
did it again.
and
You ain't
did
back
it
up
again.
far enough to see what was in front of you.
Right.
Did you,
Unless he was that drunk.
probably was that drunk.
God damn.
So, my sergeant gave me some more information, okay? And what he said to me was that, your vehicle, that truck, your dad's vehicle, actually comes back to the scene more than once.
Earlier in the investigation, 2 witnesses reported that the man with Tom, now presumed to be Mark, returned to the scene multiple times on foot after the incident.
He know he
On
did
one occasion,
it.
a witness
yeah.
claimed to have directly confronted him.
He wanted to
She
see.
goes, "You drive a black GMC pickup truck." And he looked at her and he said, "No." And she looked at me dead in the face and she said, "I stared at him through his windshield. I know that's the guy driving the car."
That's what the cop said.
That's what the lady who called the cops said.
Did he say like why he didn't want to stay on scene if his friend was just dead?
They didn't. He didn't act like he even knew who it was.
Still, Mark
sounds so
insists he has no memory of the event.
This one's getting worse and worse.
Well, I mean, it
No, I
can't get any worse because your dad's dead. I mean, that's as bad as it can get, you know? You're facing your
I
dad,
can't believe I didn't see
you got
that.
your dad in the headlights, and you go around him like he's just, another person laying on the ground, like a piece of garbage laying on
Right.
the ground. You drove around him.
It's my dad.
Yeah, but why would you do that?
See?
You drove around him
I don't remember doing
and
it.
didn't get out of the car to try and help him.
You didn't remember doing it, but you went back to the scene.
Oh,
I would have got out. I get it. Totally. I would have got out and helped him. I don't remember.
But you didn't get out and help him. Okay? You were driving that truck. You didn't get out and help him.
The insurance money or something.
I'm still trying to figure out why you would hit your dad and then back over him and then drive over him again. Were you angry at him?
That's what I'm
Right.
saying. Seemed like it.
That seems like a pretty angry thing to do.
Right.
It's one thing to hit your dad with the car. I mean, that's maybe an accident, okay? But we're talking about hitting him, backing over him, and
He's
then
hitting
driving
back
over him again.
He's
Did your dad owe you
surprised.
money? Was he taking too much from the business?
No.
Not paying you enough? Not giving you enough attention
No.
as far as the business goes?
No. Things have been good. I mean,
You guys getting an argument on the way here?
no.
None at all.
got along great.
There's gotta be some reason why you would not only hit your dad, but then back over him and then go over him
go over him
again. And then
again.
come back to watch him die in the middle of the parking lot.
Come on,
There gotta be something.
No,
know what?
I'm shocked.
I'm shocked too.
With Mark still struggling with his memory, the deputy considers a new approach.
Do you wanna see it, sir?
No, but yes.
I don't know what that means.
What?
Don't, but yeah, I want to see it.
You laugh?
I mean, it's
That's
not-
your daddy.
You can't see your dad dying or anything like that. It's just a truck rolling over something. If something happens to be your dad. That's the truck right there. That's the car mark. The
Yeah,
dad's already
cameras
lying on the
everywhere.
ground. Let's go over it again.
That's him.
That's you backing, somebody backing over your dad. See how the truck jumped a little bit?
Acting like he don't know.
That-
Come on, Mark.
I don't know what got wrong with it. I would have stopped and tried to help him. I get it. I know where you're coming from and I understand. I don't.
No, we don't.
Mark, come on, man.
Yes, ma'am.
Dude, this might sound like a random question, just humor me. Do you know what your resting heart rate is normally? The reason I ask is your watch, as soon as we started talking about all this, your heart rate jumped up about 20 to 30 beats per minute.
Did it? I'm shocked. I'm
Looks like we're at 141 right now. That's pretty
That's
high.
about, that's about.
That's like a
what-
nervous.
That's where I was last.
142. Yeah.
I was at Dr. Listen last week and I was 142 over.
And that's
That's
just
your
your,
blood
that's
pressure.
your heart rate.
That's your
so
blood pressure. This is
Right.
pressure. Yeah.
You jumped up to 169 as I was watching the watch, because it just piqued my curiosity.
Yeah. No, I don't.
Damn.
I'm shocked. I'm blown away that I did it. I can't believe I did it. I
Hey,
truly
you been
can't.
that drunk?
Having heard enough, the deputies place him
What you
under
been
arrest and
drinking on?
inform him that they will be conducting a forced blood draw to determine his blood alcohol content. As part of the investigation, the truck's sensors were tested. While lying flat on the ground, the sensors remained inactive, but when movement was detected, a loud tone signaled an obstruction. The rear camera was also deemed to be fully functional. Inside the truck, investigators found CBD gummies with a few missing from the container, as well as something else of interest tucked in the rear passenger seat pocket.
I got a bottle of liquor. What? I got a little, 50 milliliter bottle of liquor.
But it's not that serious.
Oh, that's serious.
I ain't
Real.
like that.
Like a brown bag.
Damn.
Is it full? Nope, it's like half.
Mark's blood alcohol level tested at .039, though his blood wasn't drawn until after his arrest, approximately 5 hours after the initial incident occurred. Investigators ultimately concluded that Mark left the scene of the crash, and impairment was a factor. However, it remains unclear whether he intentionally struck his father with the truck. A later autopsy of 86-year-old Thomas McCown ultimately ruled the cause of death as blunt trauma, and the manner of death was accidental. 61-year-old Mark McCown was officially charged.
What do you think he's gonna get, y'all? You think he's gonna get a good charge? I ain't mean to stop it, y'all, but you think, you know how they be doing now, and give him
Right.
a little bit of time, let him back out?
I think they probably gonna give him a little bit of time.
I think so too.
That's what
He gonna find some way to probably get off. What y'all think? If y'all ain't seen it already, hey, let us know what you think.
with leaving the scene of a crash involving death and was released from jail on a $50,000 bond.
That's it?
The following April, he entered a plea of not guilty. In exchange for a plea deal, he later changed his plea to guilty and was sentenced to 10 years of probation. He was also ordered to undergo a substance abuse evaluation, and his driver's license was revoked for a period of 3 years.
That's it. That's what I was saying. That's why I stopped it to see.
Yeah,
What would you say?
That his father ain't getting no justice.
Boy, you only got your license revoked for 3 years.
For 3 years.
10 years
Wow.
or something probation or something like that. Where's the...
People, and you know, with this license provoke thing, people still drive cars with suspended license. But you know, so like his father didn't get no justice.
Crazy.
Oh yeah, it is thundering.
Yeah.
But his father did not get no justice at all. I mean, how did you? But if he was, they said he was drunk, right? But
supposedly, I guess.
Right. He backed up, ran him over,
Ran him over, backed over him again,
and did it again, and then back up again. It almost seemed like he did it intentionally.
How he got off of that?
Right.
He's like they got the camera footage and still
Then they got the witness saying that he came back to the scene multiple times.
So he
to
knew
try
what
to
he
figure-
did.
He knew what he did.
Probably was looking at his work.
Like, I mean, hey.
Oh no, man.
Boy,
That's
that is
work.
crazy.
I don't know, man. Y'all tap in that comment section, man. Share the video with your friends. Like it up for us, man. We love y'all. We catch y'all next video.
Catch y'all next one.